My name is Keui Ying Wang. I come from Taiwan. It is my pleasure in this session to share with you my current study with all of you. My topic is exploration the effect of a spiritual nursing training course for the newly entrenched nursing staff, a pilot study. Taiwan is located beside the mainland China. Tainan is at the southern part of Taiwan. My teaching university, Changrong Christian University, is at 10 kilometers southeast of Tainan. About the background of this study, spiritual care is essential for nursing to achieve the missions of holistic care. The practice of spiritual nursing can enhance nursing staff's appreciation of the value of nursing work, thereby enhancing their enthusiasm and commitment to patient care. In Taiwan, there are limited nursing education programs provide spiritual nursing courses because there are less instructors are available to provide this course. So basically, the new RN generally don't know much about the concept of spiritual nursing care so far in Taiwan. The purpose of this study was to investigate the effects of a spiritual nursing care training course on newly entrenched nursing staff. Literature review. Most of the studies associated with the effects of the spiritual care training course were focused on nursing students. Rare studies will target the nursing staff. Astoros, Jean, and Magnan reported a significant relationship between positive attitude regarding spiritual nursing care and used the spiritual care practice, thus helping the students gain comfort and self-awareness of their own spirituality is the first stage in the process of developing sensitivity and empathy toward their patients' spiritual issues. According to these authors, faculty members who present educational interventions on spirituality assist their students in increasing their knowledge of spiritual care and comfort in performing spiritual assessment. Clinical experience let expose students to opportunities to provide spiritual care are also beneficial. Simulation exercise was successful in improving students' attitude toward patient spirituality, assessment of spiritual needs, ability to refer patients to the appropriate spiritual caregivers, and communication skills. Incorporating spiritual care instruction into curricula may provide to be valuable in increasing students' awareness of spiritual care for patients and incorporation of such care into their practice. Introducing the concept of spiritual nursing to nursing students at an early stage in the program strengthens their sensitivity to spiritual needs and increase their ability to integrate its use into patient care during training and later as professional nurse. Currently, most of the nursing students don't have any experience of taking this spiritual nursing course in Taiwan. It is necessary to provide relevant training course to better prepare the new entrance nursing staff to practice spiritual care as to reach the goal of holistic nursing care. Methods. Study methods is a quasi-experimental study. One group pre- and post-test design was applied. About the sampling, 35 new entrants RN from a medical center in southern Taiwan were recruited. There were also new graduates. 8 hours spiritual nursing care training course (SNCT) was intervened during their orientation period. A self-report spiritual care attitude scales were used to evaluate the effects of the course. Instrument spiritual care attitude scales was developed by John et al., which contain 3 dimensions: the spirituality, the essential behaviors of spiritual nursing care, the duties of nursing practicing in spiritual care, and 15 items in total. 5-point Likert scale was used to measure the level of agreement in each item, from 5 strongly agree to 1 strongly disagree. The higher the score of the SCS represents the better understanding and positive attitude toward spiritual nursing care. The SCS had been analyzed by using item analysis, data analysis, concurrent validity, and internal consistency to confirm its validity and reliability. The compound alpha of SCS in this study for the total scale was 0.96. For 3 dimensions were 0.94, 0.19, and 0.89. As to the spiritual nursing care training course SNCT was developed by the researchers. The 8 hours SNCT course was designed as part of the new staff training program. The course content 4 sections, total 8 hours. Lesson 1 hour, is for the introduction. The researchers briefly introduce the purpose and agreement of the course. Lesson 2, 3 hours, address the concept of the spiritual and induce participants self-awareness of their spiritual status and needs. Besides, the ways to enhance the spiritual health were also addressed. Lesson 3. 2 hours use clinical example to demonstrate the practice of spiritual nursing care. Lesson 4, 2 hours, introduce nursing diagnosis, spiritual distress, address the home nursing process, such as how to assess spiritual status, the signs and symptoms of the spiritual distress, define the nursing goal, list the useful interventions and evaluation. Data collection procedure was at the beginning and the end of the spiritual nursing care training course. 35 new entrance nursing staff were asked to complete the spiritual care altitude scale. In the post-test, 2 open-end questions were added at the end of the SCAS. 1. What have you learned from this course that mostly impressed you? 2. What are the barriers to performing spiritual care for you personally? For the data analysis, PACEA test was used to assess the effects of the course. Qualitative data collected by 2 open-end questions were analyzed by the content analysis. Results, the effects of the SNCT. The result of the PACEA test showed that the SCAS score significantly improved for the total scale and for each dimension after the training course. Result of qualitative analysis. For the open-end question 1, what have you learned from this course that mostly impressed you? 29 participants answered the question. The results of the content analysis show that 86% of the respondents report knowing how to practice spiritual nursing care was their most impressed obtained from the course. As to the question 2, what are the barriers to performing the spiritual care? 11 responders, which was 14% of the all responders, report lack of time to nurture the relationship with patients or understand their spiritual needs. 9 responders, which was 31% of the responders, indicate lack of communication skill to access or perform spiritual care. Result: the rest of the reporting barrier were personal spiritual status was not ready. Different religious beliefs may offend patients don't know how to access spiritual needs. Conclusion: according to this study, the 8-hour spiritual nursing training course shows significantly improve in understanding and attitude of practicing spiritual nursing care in 35 newly entrained nursing staff. The continuous discussion with all the new RNs whether have any difficulties in practicing spiritual care and providing further education on spiritual care is needed. Suggestions: this is a preliminary study. Further study is needed to recruit more subjects in order to confirm the effects of this course. Besides, longitudinal study is suggested to investigate the long-term effects on this course. Also, we can further evaluate the course effects in different aspects, such as perception of nursing value, job retention rate, job satisfaction, etc. Thank you for your listening.